Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Woolly Thistle shop update. It's been a month since I was here with you, and that was due to illness and sickness and horrible stuff going around our town and our kids' school, and I managed to catch it. I didn't think you'd enjoy the noises I was making trying to breathe and get through just talking. It was pretty bad, but it's all behind us now. I'm back and I have quite a bit to share with you. We're in the depths of winter now. I just put a little bit of footage showing you outside my window here at work, and you can see the dam, and it is not doing a whole lot right now because a lot is frozen, and we have lots and lots of snow. The kids were convinced it was a snow day today, but we didn't get that call, so they had to go. Well, I hope you're well though, and I hope you are knitting and enjoying all the woolly goodness. I probably should start right off with mentioning the Woolly Thistle's Mitten Cal, which starts, by the time you see this, it will have started. It starts on Thursday, February 13th, which is Galentine's Day. We had a cast on. I'm actually recording this on cast on day, and you can cast on Thursday or Friday, Valentine's Day. Both of those will be eligible for prizes. We have 2 gift certificates to the Woolly Thistle as cast on prizes for $25 each, and we also have patterns from Ginny, Virginia Sattler Reimer, and Tori Rowe. Both of those ladies were very generous and offered up a cast on prize pattern. So what you need to do is, when you cast on, pop a photo in our Ravelry group. There'll be a thread for that, and then we'll select winners at random. So yes, we have that going. I'll talk more about it later. Just a quick thank you for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. I love to get your comments as well. Thank you for subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss an episode. Please join our newsletter if you haven't already. The newsletter is my main form of communicating what is coming in the shop. I do a monthly newsletter, which includes anything new that's coming in or any specials that I have going. And so the best way to stay up to date with everything going on at the Woolly Thistle is to join our newsletter. And you can do that very easily. Just go to the website, which is thewoollythistle.com. Either a pop-up box you can fill in, or there is newsletter as a menu item in the menu along the top, or on the very bottom of the page there is a little box that you can put your email in there too, and then you're good to go. Also follow us on Instagram. We recently just ticked over to 16,000 followers, which is crazy. So thank you so much if you're following us on Instagram. I should probably do a giveaway over there just to celebrate the fact that we got to 16,000. So watch out for that. Be sure to follow the Woolly Thistle. Remember, there's 2 L's in woolly. In everything that I do. It's the British way of spelling woolly, and I know it's confusing. Probably wasn't a great plan to do that. Quick update on January. I was donating 5%, at least 5% of the profits from January, from all the sales in January, to the World Wildlife Fund in Australia, because they're obviously doing a lot of work rehoming, rescuing, and looking after the animals that were affected by the fires. And I'm just waiting for my bookkeeper to finish my books for January, and when that's done I'll know how much I'll be donating. Thank you so much. I think you guys were really, really wonderful and very supportive of that cause, and it really is. It's nice for us to help out, but I think they need all the help they can get, and it's just so sad. So thank you so much for helping me send a little money along so that we can help together. So let's do a giveaway, because I always do a giveaway. Last time though, we didn't do a giveaway. We did the discount for Australia, but we're going to do a giveaway. And this time I came across this lovely little notebook, which I picked up when I was in Shetland a couple of years ago, and I've been saving it for just such an occasion. It's a little notebook with lovely Shetland Fair Isle knitting on it. I think these are different newspaper articles or advertising. So it's just a cute little thing, and I'll throw in a Woolly Thistle tote bag and an enamel pin as well. So you will get that. All you have to do to enter is to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. It can be anything you want. Maybe I'll have some inspiration as we get through this episode and I'll tell you what to say, but otherwise you can say whatever you like. So yes, we'll give this away next episode. Let's talk about what I'm knitting, or what I have just finished, and it is this that I am wearing. This is my Buracal. You've seen this many times, but underneath here I am wearing a sweater that I'm really chuffed with. I just finished it. It's got raglan shaping in the shoulders. It's very wide. It's 48 inches around, so I wanted it loose. It's quite short because I like to wear them short as layering pieces with a shirt underneath and 3/4 length sleeves, and just a nice little neckline there. Yeah, very, very comfortable. And I knitted this in Rama Fennel yarn, which is a fingering weight yarn, but I knitted it on US 6s, which made it fly. It went really well. This was the thing that I was knitting on when I got sick, and I couldn't even knit. I was just so miserable. Oh, it's so bad when you can't even knit. So this took longer to knit than it would have. I think I only had about this much left of the second sleeve but when I got sick, and so it just languished and languished and languished. So I don't know if you can see up close, but it's a very loose gauge because it's on a US 6 and it's a fingering weight yarn. So knitting it up, you know, I kept my tension fairly loose, but when you wash it, when I blocked it, it just came together and softened up, and it's very light to wear. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. And what I wanted was a piece that I could wear a lot, and this is this sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, I did a lot of increasing, so it's loose, the sleeves are loose, and it comes down quite low, and like I said, it's quite wide. But I could knit these day in, day out and wear one every day. I'd be quite happy with that. So I made this from Anne Budd's book of top-down sweaters. And I am tempted to write up my recipe. I'm calling this a vanilla sweater. Write up my recipe that the numbers I took from her book. Basically, I did a swatch to get my gauge, and then you plug in your gauge into her book, and that tells you how many stitches and what the next thing to do is. So it's a recipe, and it depends on the gauge you get, which is really nice. Instead of trying to get gauge, you start with the gauge you have that you like, and then you apply that to the numbers. It's genius. But I thought I could maybe just write up a quick recipe of what I did, if I ever get round to that, because I know that some of you might want to knit something like this too. It's very, very wearable. It's not fussy. It's a lot of stockinette, which can get boring, but when you're knitting lots of other things and you're not monogamous, then it's nice to mix it up and have a little bit of a rest knitting along on this. So very, very pleased. I'm calling it my vanilla sweater. I'll try and get it in my Ravelry page soon, and let me know what you think. I think the Rama is very economical. I did break into a 7th ball. So 7 balls, all the neckband, I think I only needed to break into the 7th ball for the neckband, which is bad. But it's still not bad though for a whole sweater. 7 50-gram balls. 350 grams, yeah. Okay, so I just finished this, and I'll be knitting on mittens next, of course. And I want to show you what I'm planning on knitting. It's from this book, which is Maya's Swedish Mittens. We have just a few of these left in the shop, though I'm planning to get more. It's an absolutely very, very lovely book. I showed it to you before, I think. It's got lovely photography, and it's got lovely designs. It's very cute. Little girls. And they're not all colorwork, some are very basic. That'd be great for a little kid mitten. Oh, I love this. Look at that. How pretty. But anyway, I will be knitting for the Mitten Cal these pretties. So I'll be knitting these ones here, and the pattern calls for, wait for it, Let Lopey. So just like outside my window, we've got snow and we've got trees covered in snow. These will be a quick knit, and that is part of the reason I'm choosing these, is to bang out a pair of mittens in the Mitten Cal. Though my hope is that I finish these quickly and I still have time to cast on a pair of fingering mittens, because there are some gorgeous ones. I forget which book they're in. Just look at that. This here is Winter Knits from Scandinavia. I think I just have 1 or 2 of these left, so we'll get more of these too. Oh my gosh, I want to knit these. Can you see that? Look at that. It's a beautiful cat face. Really, really beautiful. So that would be my next knit, I think, after the quickies. Look at the Dala horse. This is a beautiful, beautiful book. From Sweden, from Scandinavia. I'm not sure if it's all over Scandinavia, but it's Jenny Alderbrandt. 24 of her best loved patterns for mittens, hats and socks with dozens of colors and delightful motifs. Yeah, I love this. And I love this too. So both of these are really lovely mitten books that we just got in not too long ago. And of course we still have some of these, and I'll get more of these in when we sell out. This of course is the Selbu Mittens book, which is phenomenal. I mean, who couldn't just spend hours looking at that cover? And of course Selbu is a region of Norway where they have a tradition of knitting mittens. Here's a Norwegian little sheep. Aww. Out in the woods. I've noticed that in Norway or in Scandinavia, they tend to let their sheep just roam through the woods. Must be because they have woods. You know, when I think of Scotland, the sheep roamed the hills and there are not a lot of woods, so they weren't going around the woods, they were just up and down the hills. But these are all excellent, excellent books for mitten knitting. So if you're feeling the urge to you know, get your own library going, these would be good books to start with. And of course Let Lopey is going to be warm and light, and it will knit up quickly. So I'm excited to cast on tonight. That's my plan for tonight. School wasn't cancelled today because of the weather, but basketball was, so that means we're all going to be home early. We can have a nice dinner and then leave me alone, I'm knitting. That will be me. Okay, so that's what I'm knitting on right now, and let's see, let's talk about what's in the shop, what's new in the shop. This is a shop update after all, and I just want to remind you that we are now offering free shipping on orders of $99 and up, which is a great discount. It used to be $120, so now if you stretch your order, you'll get free shipping, and you don't have to stretch it quite as far, which I hope you will take advantage of. And let's see, we had some new yarn in the shop this month, and it did very well. It's an oldie but a goodie to us, but it was new again because we hadn't had it for a long time. So you know, Berlin yarns is one of my favorite yarns, and I visited Meg when I was home in Scotland in the summer of 2017, and this is her Hebridean yarn, which I absolutely adore and covet. Look how dark that is. And I've met her sheep. They are lovely little black sheep living on the hill around her croft. And you can see that there's still some grey in there. There might even be a bit of veg matter in your ball as well. And so she lives on Berneray, which is a tiny island in the Outer Hebrides, and she has the yarn company Berlin Yarn. This is her peaty brown colour. This is her natural Hebridean colour. So the Berlin Yarn Company is named after these boats, and her tagline is seafaring sheep. These are historically Viking sheep, and they would have been transported between islands, and they still are, by boat. But it would have been on this boat here, a Berlin, which is like a small Viking ship. So we have some of this still in stock, and then she mixes her Hebridean with Cheviot, or Cheviot, I think I say Cheviot, to get this lovely gray, and this is her storm gray color. And by the way, these are 50-gram balls, but they're quite big. They're lovely. I love her tags. Okay, and then we've got a couple of dyed colors left. We've sold out of the others that we had. So this one here is called Moor. She gives you the Gaelic name as well, which I am not a native Gaelic speaker, so I won't try. But this is on Hebridean. This is on Hebridean and Cheviot. So this is on the grey base. This is Moor, which is lovely. And here we have Moss. And this again is on the grey base. So a mix of Hebridean and Cheviot. Oh, it's gorgeous. Such a pretty label too. But look at the size. These are lovely, lovely balls. These are great colors. And then I'll put it all together for you. Really, really nice. We did have 100% Cheviot called Bug Cotton, which was cream, but that sold out very, very quickly. I didn't have a lot of it to start. So we still have some of this good stuff in stock. If you're at all interested, I would snatch it up. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get any more. Oh, God, I want to knit a hat or something with these. These colors go really, really well, don't they? So that's Berlin yarn. I'm very sentimentally attached to this yarn. It's gorgeous. It's good yarn. I've knitted, this is 4-ply, and I've knitted the Balvrade hap, which you can see on Ravelry, Balvrade. I'll put that there. And I knitted it all in this 4-ply Hebridean, and I love it. It's one of my favorite finished objects. And I also, when she had DK white, I knitted a vest that was cables, and that's a favorite piece as well. Really enjoy it. You know, it's rustic yarn, it's woolly wool, but I can wear it next to skin and it doesn't bother me one bit. So all right, so we have that. I wanted to let you know. And Daughter of a Shepherd is coming to the Woolly Thistle. Finally! Thought it would never happen, but it is happening, and I will be letting my newsletter subscribers know when that goes live. Very excited for that. Then we have, well, of course, I do have a 52 weeks of socks book here, and I can show it to you. But before we get there, I'm going to tease you with that. So I also have these lovely pouches just come in. They're made with felt, and they have a nice zipper, and you can keep, you know, your little ruler and your stitch markers. It's just a little thing to pop in your bag, isn't it? It's very basic, really, really nice though. And also in felt we have this little pouch, which I think is lovely. Very stiff felt. It's got a nice solid button on it. You open it up and it's just a wee pouch with a divider. So maybe you could keep some needles, maybe keep this in there. Now this is lovely. It is measuring tape with a lovely hand stitched edge, and it comes in centimeters or inches, of course, and you just squeeze it and it pulls in. And lastly is this leather wee tiny pouch, which I think is really lovely. Again, you could keep a nice wee ruler, some needles in there, some pins, whatever. So yeah, just to give you a, there you go. So these will be in the shop by the time you're seeing this, and I hope you enjoy them. Okay, I'll tell you about 52 weeks of socks. Here it is. Next to my head for scale, it's gigantic and it's heavy. It's about 2.5 pounds in weight. And it's got a lovely cloth finish. It has, this is removable. And the cover says right on there, 52 Weeks of Socks by Laine. There you go. So we pre-sold this, well, it depends when you're watching this, but we did that last week. And we sold out of all the copies within 25 minutes, which is phenomenal. It's very disappointing for those of you who missed out. So if you missed out, I'm asking all of you to sign up for the Notify Me link on the product page, because that way you will get an email when it goes back in the shop. And I'm keeping in touch with people who missed out via email, so they know what's going on. It's a gorgeous book. I think I have some video that I can put in here of us opening it up, opening up our boxes. Also, I'll be getting a lot more copies this time around, so it shouldn't be quite such a crush to get your copy. I want you to have it. It's never very satisfying, really, when people miss out and they were really hoping to get it. So I'm doing my best to get it all back in and make sure that if you want a copy, that you know about it and that you will not be disappointed. Some lovely socks. I'm really excited though that they have several socks in here that are knitted in tuku sock. So you can go onto Ravelry and look at all the patterns in here, find out which are on tuku sock, and place your order with the sock yarn, and then you've got a lovely package for yourself ready to go. Yeah, lots of different sock yarn in here. So here we have it. It's finally here. All the ones that we sold are going out. We should have them all out on Valentine's Day, which is the release date. We're still waiting for them to come in, but we should have them on Valentine's, which is tomorrow, and we are going to work double hard to get them all out to you. So thank you so much if you did place an order, much appreciated. Okay, and then there'll be more. I'm going to put more on sale next week. I haven't announced the date yet, so be sure to be on the newsletter so that you know, and then you'll be able to make your purchase. Okay. So let's see what else. I wanted to tell you that Spindrift will be back soon. It's on its way to us right now, and that will be for kits. We did have a weekend where we just sold balls of Spindrift, and you guys were great. You were able to buy whatever you wanted, and you did, and thank you so much. That was a success, and I'm sure we'll do it again. This next lot of Spindrift that's coming in will be for kits, so we'll have the Burra Cowl kit restocked. We'll have the Yell cardigan, the Unst cardigan, and what else? You know, all the kits from Shetland. Look at this book, just keeps selling. This was her first book that she did with Jameson, Spindrift, and I can't keep it in the shop still, which is lovely, isn't it? That's a really great thing. Yeah, we have here, that is the, oh my gosh, now I'm forgetting what it's called. But here's the Unst. And I love that, I want to knit that. And I don't do kits for everything in the book, maybe I should. But anyway, it's a lovely book, photographed up in Shetland. If you don't have it already, I'm sure it's on your list of must-haves. So we just got more of these back in actually. And then her follow-up book to Shetland is Meadow, and this again is all in Jameson and Jameson Spindrift. Gotta be careful. And so here's all the patterns that are in this book. And we did make kits. There's 7 patterns. All of them are sweaters. And we did make yarn sets for anything that's in here. So those will populate again once we get the yarn back in the shop. So watch out if you're interested in a kit. That will be coming really soon. Make sure you click on the Notify Me link in the product page of the kit that you're interested in, so that when that does go in the shop, you will get an email. We're also waiting for a couple of colors from Marie Wallen's British Breeds yarn. This is the first book she had in her own yarn of British Breeds, which is a gorgeous yarn, and you know it well. And this is her latest book using British Breeds, which is her own yarn. This is gorgeous. This is the Primrose Sweater. But we are out of stock, and actually she has two of quince and wood, and we need both of those to complete sets that we have. But they are getting spun up pretty much now, and then they'll be off to the finishers, and then we will get our stock here. So as soon as we get those two colors back, the kits for these will be available again. And we do offer single balls of British Breeds yarn as well, so you don't have to buy a kit if you don't want to, but it's certainly very helpful to have a kit made up for you. These are the different colors. This is lovely on the back here too. It's a very, very, very pretty book. We've had trouble keeping this in stock, and she does do single color as well with cables and texture, which is lovely. And there's some crochet. There's even some socks. Crazy. Crazy good. I really like this. So, okay, so Wildwood and Gentle feature her own yarn, British Breeds. We have most of the colors. We're just out of stock of two of them. So if you need some yarn to top up what you're doing, or if you want to create your own yarn set for one of these patterns, go ahead and do that. We'll have quince and wood back in stock very soon. Hopefully the end of February, maybe the beginning of March, we're not sure. Thank you so much for everybody who's bought by hand, featuring Vermont and New Hampshire, and of course the Woolly Thistle got a lovely mention in here, which was so nice. Here I am. First time being in a magazine. There's Katie Greenbean's British Breeds poster as well. And there's some lovely bits and bobs that we were selling at the time they were here. They were here in the fall, which of course is a beautiful time for leaf peeping. And this cover is Harrisville Designs, which is a beautiful old mill in New Hampshire that has a really gorgeous yarn shop, which is a really fun place to visit. So if you're ever in New Hampshire, definitely go visit them. And of course, Green Mountain Spinnery's in here too, and Odysseer, who is lovely. You should follow her on Instagram. And Wing and a Prayer Farm as well. Tammy is on Instagram and very active there. So really good people in there. Just wanted to let you know that we have Shetland Wool Week back in stock. We were out of that for a little bit, but that's back in stock. And just yesterday I was wearing my, where is it? I was wearing my Seaweed Slipover yesterday. Can't find it now, but it's in this book. Here we are. I use washi tape to keep my place. There. Love that. So we'll have sets of that. They might be back in stock now that we've got the magazine back. I'm not sure. I need to double check that for you. If I can get this back in stock, I will put it in the shop. And then, like I mentioned before, Daughter of a Shepherd's coming, and one of the things I ordered was her book, which is gorgeous and features a lot of her Hebridean yarn. Isn't that pretty? So we have her yarn, we have Ram Jam coming, and a couple of other things that I'll tell you about nearer the time. So this will be going in the shop when we put the yarn in too. And she very, very kindly autographed all the copies that we have. So you'll get an autographed copy here, which is super nice. Okay, what else? Oh, I do want to tell you about Katie Greenbean's pop-up. She's coming on April 4th, and she'll be here between 10 and 4 all day. But we decided that because of fire codes and opening the shop up here, that we would set periods of time. So there's 2-hour chunks of time where you can show up, and you can buy a ticket to show up on the Woolly Thistle. You can find it under Katie Greenbean. And there's also a menu item that says Katie Greenbean pop-up. If you click on that, then it'll take you to the page where you can buy your tickets. We're just charging $10 for admission, and that will be from 10 to 12 or 12 to 2 or 2 to 4. And for that, you get a lovely Woolly Thistle tote bag and some swag in there as well. So We're hoping that lots of you will come. The tickets are selling well, and we want to sell them out to show Katie how much we love her and appreciate her coming all the way over from England to come visit. So if you're interested in that, please do go ahead and buy your tickets. The 12 to 2 seems to be the most popular right now, so we only have a few tickets left for that. But both of the other times are available in pretty good supply right now. So don't hang about, go ahead and get your tickets, and then you can come visit us. We'll send out lots of information in a short while about things you can do here in the Upper Valley. King Arthur is right around the corner, and they have a lovely shop that you can visit. They've got a nice restaurant too. There's local pubs. There's other local yarn stores that I want to give a shout out to, and so we'll include them. We'll give you directions on how to get here, and we'll have a couple of hotels maybe that will be helpful for you to know about if you're going to stay the night or something and just spend the weekend up here. That would be great. So we are going to provide you with lots of information, but we're working on putting that together now. And yeah, so I hope that you will come visit Katie Green. We'll have all her we'll have a lot of her stock here so that you can buy it right from her. And of course we'll be opening up the Woolly Thistle, which we've never done before, and we hope that you'll come visit. You'll get to see the set here and you'll get to see all our shelves of beautiful yarn. And we are suggesting though that if you want to place your order before you get here, we will waive the shipping and you can just pick it up when you're here. And we will open up a special free shipping thing in the run up to the event itself. So that's not available yet, but it will be. Well, I think that really is all I have for you this time. I think just remember Katie Greenbean is coming, so get your tickets for that if you're at all in the area. And cast on your mittens. We're having a wonderful response this year to our mitten cal. It's our 5th anniversary. We're going to try and make it especially good for you. We have wonderful, brilliant designers participating. You need to go to the Woolly Thistle's Ravelry group, and in the first post there you'll see everybody who's participating. They're giving discounts, they're offering prizes for the end of the cal, and just really this wouldn't be as good a cal if we didn't have those participating designers, so thank you so much. We have lots of you knitting along too, so it's really good, it's really fun, it's low key, it's for the enjoyment of knitting mittens, and you know, all the rules are there so you can see if your mittens would apply, but basically anything goes up to a worsted weight, and so long as it's, you know, color work. We do want them to be color work. So I'll be knitting on my mittens out of my book here, and I'll be casting them on tonight. I'm hoping they'll be a quick knit so that I can get another pair started after that. I think I'm becoming more monogamous right now. I like working on one thing and sticking with it. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time. So I hope you're well. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, lastly, I just noticed some of you were asking about this last time. Isn't that lovely? It's a wee crafty hoose. It's set in Scotland on a loch somewhere. And I just picked this up actually at a yarn festival. I don't remember where. I think it was in Vermont. I don't think it was Vermont Sheep and Wool though. I think it was another place that doesn't happen anymore. And I don't remember who made this even. It's not signed or anything, but she does this rug hooking, and she'd been to Scotland. And of course, when I saw this, I had to have it. So yeah, I need to get it up on the wall. I need to mount it somehow. So until then, it just sort of sits there and makes me think of home. Right, so don't forget, we have a wee prize of a bag and an enamel pen and this lovely book from Shetland. This is a notebook from Shetland, and all you need to do to enter is subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up on the video, and leave a comment below. I think you can leave a comment about anything. Tell me what you're knitting. Tell me what your favourite yarn is from the Woolly Thistle. Tell me what you'd like the Woolly Thistle to stock that we don't yet. I don't know, tell me. I'd love to hear. It's going to be a free-for-all. Just tell me what you want. And then we'll pick a winner at random for the next episode, which will be in 2 weeks. So my hope is that this goes out on Saturday morning. Saturday mornings seem to work better for me. It gives me Friday night to finish editing and upload it, which takes forever, onto YouTube. So Saturday morning is nice because I think a lot of us are settling into the weekend with some coffee and knitting and maybe a little Woolly Thistle. And then the following Friday we'll be back with an audio podcast too, which I didn't manage to get out either. It was just ridiculous. So hope you're well, hope you're not getting this plague, and that you're having a good winter and that all your knitting is going very well. I will have lots more to share with you next time. So I guess until the next time, if you go out, take your knitting. Take care. Bye bye.